Hey guys, so today I am coming to you with a cleaning video. I really need to get my kitchen clean, so I'm gonna just do a clean with me and kind of show you around a little bit. So I'll show you what it looks like now. It is a real mess. I know sometimes with cleaning videos you see people like fairly clean houses, but that is not the case here because this is a mess. This is my kitchen. It's fairly early in the morning because Brooklyn had cheer, so I had to wake up anyway, so I thought it'd be a good time to clean up. But I did not clean up last night, so this is the aftermath. We have I actually don't have a ton of dishes, which is rare. The sink is empty, pretty much. There's a little bit in there, but there's just stuff everywhere. This island is just covered in dishes and mess. Brooklyn snow cones a couple days ago, or a day ago, and then left that mess. We have some coffee stuff there out. We have this desk in the kitchen, which a lot of people have, but there's all kinds of stuff left here. I need to get a frame for this because I'm gonna put this in the movie room. I will show you. We went to Mean Girls in New York last week, so I just got a poster to put in the movie room, but I need to get that framed. And then there's just a bunch of computer stuff and school stuff from Kobe doing driver's ed here, and then the kitchen table's just kind of filled with things like school supplies, and putting that in his bathroom. I got that from this print from Society 6. And then I just framed it, just barely, but I need to go put that downstairs. Bella, our dog, is on the porch right now, so I will let her in. But there's the kitchen. The thing about the kitchen though is when you clean the kitchen, you also need to clean the family room because it's really one big great room. So I also need to clean in here, which you guys will come along with me and clean with me. I know I'm not the only one. We have pillows on the couch that nobody but me can figure out how to clean. So I'm the only one that picks them up. They're always all over the floor. I truly don't know why I do this to myself because it just ends up being a burden. We got a book bag here. Of course, we have shoes all over. And just kind of some things here and there. I also shampooed the carpet yesterday, so I have to put my shampooer away and kind of fix in here. So this is actually not that big a mess, but the kitchen's big mess. And then if we're being honest with ourselves, I also need to clean this mudroom. But I will do that off camera because otherwise this video will be way too long. But I do need to clean this. I need to organize all of this. This ends up being a catch-all for everything that anybody ever wants to take off in our house and not put away. So we have shoes in there. That's a swimsuit. Boots, clothes. We have travel pillows in there, and it's just become a huge mess. So I really need to maybe do a organize the mudroom video soon. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna get started cleaning because we have a lot to do. Okay, so right here I'm going to clean up all of the clutter that's on the coffee bar. We had some snow cones a couple days ago, or my daughter did when she had a friend over, so I needed to clean up the snow cone machine and just some of the stuff on the coffee bar. So I straightened all the kind of clutter up first. And then I use Methods granite cleaner to clean up the counter. It just keeps it shiny and make sure that it doesn't get dull or sticky. I find a lot of times with other cleaners with this granite, for whatever reason, it can leave it sticky. And then here I'm cleaning off a coffee machine. We have kind of an older Keurig. We probably need to get a new one, but for now it's working. But it does get really dusty and dirty in there. So then I have to clean up the office area in the kitchen. It's just a little desk. So I'm cleaning up all of that. had a big gob of, I don't even know what that was, but I had to clean that off the counter. I don't know, with kids, teenagers, sometimes you find the weirdest things. I didn't want to worry too much about what it was. I think it was like whipped cream or something. And then here I'm just cleaning around my sink, again with that granite countertop cleaner. And under the plants, and then on the ledge. Okay, let me know if any of you have this problem as well, but I have this fridge, and I'm not sure what type of fridge it is, but it shows any smudge, any fingerprint, literally every time you open the fridge. Everyone can see who's opened it and when, because there's fingerprints. It shows like the water that comes out, and we have a water softener. It still shows spots from the water. It is the hardest thing to keep clean. So I'm scrubbing it here, and then I come back and clean it with a window cleaner again to try to get it to be a little bit less streaky. So if anybody has any tips for how to keep this type of fridge from getting fingerprints and getting so streaky, I would love to have some tips, because I just can't figure it out and it drives me crazy. Okay, here I'm pretty much done with the kitchen. I did have to do a couple dishes, but I didn't have that many, and the footage from that didn't record, but I just emptied out the dishwasher. Also, the garbages are open like that because I'm waiting for my teenage son to come take them out, and anyone who's a mom of a teenager knows that I had to wait for a while to get that done. So that's how come they're just sitting there full. He was taking his time. Okay, here I am gonna start tackling the family room. Like I said, this is attached to the kitchen, so a lot of times when I do the kitchen, I have to do both. You can't just do one side of the room because it just feels weird. So I had to pick up some shoes and stuff. I love that Bella's just perched on that couch watching me as I clean. That's pretty much how my life is. She's always in the room with me, just watching me do whatever I need to do. So I'm flipping the pillows. That is one of the things I think makes your room look so much nicer, is when the pillows are all put together. And those of you who have toddlers and your kids always pull the pillows off, my teenagers do the same thing. I have to pick them up off the floor so often. So much of my life is cleaning up pillows. And then I'm just cleaning up this ottoman. This ottoman's actually leather, but it wipes down really easily, so it's really nice. In case you noticed, I did change clothes here. I actually had to leave, take my kids a bunch of places, and then come back and finish cleaning. So that's how come I'm in different clothes. My hair is still crazy, obviously, but I did change a little bit. So I have this duster that I got on Grove Collaborative, and that's what I'm using to get the dust behind the TV. I just hate having to move it, and it's honestly kind of a pain to move it, so I just dust as best I can back there with that. And then every once in a while, like if I'm doing a deep clean, I might pull it out. And then the blinds, same thing, I'm just dusting them for now. I will do a deep clean and actually clean them out. But the dusting them every time you clean them just makes it so that they don't ever get too gross or dirty. So there I am dusting the blinds and then the computer screen and everything along that area. And then usually I will climb up and clean those shelves, but they were pretty clean, so I didn't need to do that. Again, dusting those borders just keeps it so that you don't have to clean as often. It just kind of stays really nice. Same with the fireplace that we're obviously not using well because it's winter, but it does get a little bit dusty, so you need to dust all that and the brick and this built-in. And then this shelf I wanted to clean all the way out, so I removed most of the stuff and kind of cleaned underneath there just to make sure that it stayed nice and clean. And that one was getting a little bit dusty. Go ahead and link the vacuum that I have here. It's nice, it's a little just upright. It is corded, so I wish it did run on a battery and I didn't have to plug it in, but other than that, works so well. And you can like extend it if you needed to get something up high, like if I wanted to vacuum up on the top of the blinds or anything. But it's really nice. Another nice thing about this vacuum is that you can turn off the brushes and brush on hardwood, which is what I do when I don't need to get like big messes. The floor wasn't filled with a lot of stuff, so I could just vacuum it pretty quickly, and it does with the head pivot so you can get under cabinets. So it works really well if you just want to quick vacuum the floor rather than pulling out a broom and a dustpan. So that's what I'm doing here, is just vacuuming the floor, and it works so much better than you'd think. It gets around all the little corners. Like I said, the only thing that really is kind of a pain is that cord. And this is by Shark. Like I said, I'll link that vacuum in the description box. Here I have just the Method Squirt Mop for hardwood floors, and this is my absolute favorite thing to use on my floors. We do have natural hardwood, and so it is hard to keep those clean and make sure that they don't get any buildup, so I do like this one. And I just have a push mop that I actually hate and need to get a new one. It's such a pain, but that's what I'm using now. So you just squirt the liquid. It's not concentrated, so you can just squirt it right on your floor. and then wipe it up, and it works so well, cleans everything. It's like an almond scent, so it smells really nice, and it keeps the floors shiny and just looking really good. So if you have hardwood, I would definitely suggest that. Even if you have like a laminate or something, it would still work pretty well to keep your floors nice and shiny. Here's the house clean. It just feels so nice when your house is all cleaned up. Ugh. All nice and fresh. I do still have this poster out because I need to figure out what size frame this is. And I cannot for the life of me find a tape measure. So I have no idea, but I want to get that framed, like I said, and put it in the living room. But there is the patio outside, and the kitchen, and then the family room's nice and clean as well. I just love when the space is all clean, and you don't have to worry about any mess. Focus. There we go. All right. Okay, one last thing I wanted to share, and this really isn't cleaning, but this is just a little tip, is when I clean for the week in the kitchen, it's usually the time that I go ahead and water all my plants, especially any succulents I have, like this snake plant and that string of pearls up there. It doesn't need to be watered a whole lot. So usually once a week is pretty okay, kind of depending on where you live. But I just do it here. And the way I do it is just getting the plant like completely full with water. And then you should have holes at the bottom of your pot so it can drain. So just completely saturating it. And then you don't have to water so often. But it grows and stays nice and green. This one's doing pretty good. There's like a piece right there, but that was from when I got it in the store. I don't think they were watering it enough because it had some brown leaves in it, but she's doing good now. And then I just sit them like on the edge of my sink so they can still drain into the sink a little bit, and then just after I go ahead and rinse out my sink again. But there's this one. I'm not sure what kind of plant this one is, but she is so pretty. And see, again, I'm just letting the water drain so that it's nice and saturated but not sitting in water. If it sits in water, that's where you get like root rot and issues with the roots being too wet. So this is a little baby snake plant that I just started, so he's just teeny right now, but he will get there. And again, I just let it drain, kind of let it sit there for a second. Then I just sit them on the edge so they can still drain into my sink. Now I need to water this one, but I have to actually get a stool to get that one down because I'm a shorty. This one I can get down. And this one looks like it probably needs a little more water, so I need to remember to water this one more often. She's getting a little dry at the top. And this is a string of pearls, so they get really full at the bottom and not so full. I tried to make it so she didn't get too full at the top, but definitely looks like she needs a little bit more water, so I will do that. I just thought I'd share that tip. It's a good time, especially if you tend to forget to water your plants. This is a good way to remember, is just anytime I clean the kitchen, I check the plants and see what ones need to be watered. And that's the same with the ones on the deck. They probably need to be watered as well, so I'll go do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.